Welcome to High School Bathroom, everyone. The best place to have a conversation. I'm Derek.
And I'm Simon.
Today, this is our first podcast, so we're going to do a special meet your host type of thing going on here. And so I'm going to go first, and Simon is going to go afterwards. So uh, I was born in Vietnam. I'm pretty sure I was born in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Yep, immigrant life. You know how it is. Um, and when I was younger, I think around maybe three-ish, I moved to Hawaii. And in Hawaii, I lived there for a while because my dad's family, I'm pretty sure, lived there. And then I think maybe like a year later-ish, somewhere, sometime really short, I moved to New York, and I lived in New York for most of my life. Like that's where I remember where it is. And then recently, was it a few years ago back? Was it 4 years ago ish now? 4 years, 3 years ago, I moved to Florida. I moved to Florida, and I've been here ever since. And I have three younger brothers, so my family is just four boys and my two parents. And what else is there? Yeah, that's basically my family and where I was born. A few things about myself. I'm really ambitious. Like I have big dreams, and I'm chasing those dreams as best as I can. I at school I'm very involved. Like I like school. I'm a straight A student. Um, I'm in gifted. Like I guess that means I have a high IQ. I guess. So my memory is really bad. What else is there? Um, Simon and I, we one of our favorite hobbies is Magic the Gathering, which is pretty cool. It's a strategic card game. Something that not a lot of people know about me, well, at least they don't expect from me, is that I listen to trap rap a lot because back in New York, um, my friends they all pushed me. They were like, "Hey," one of them was like, "Hey, listen to this," and I listened to it, and I got hooked, and I've been listening to rap ever since then. I believe my first rap song I ever listened to was I'm pretty sure it was Lil Wayne, maybe Lil Wayne, and I'm pretty sure it was something about Lil Wayne. I'm not quite sure.
6 foot, 7 foot, you said.
I'm pretty sure it was 6 foot. Well, was it 6 foot, 7 foot? I actually don't think it was because it came out in like 2000 like 11 ish. So I think
Okay.
I actually listened to it. I listened to rap before it came out, unless the single itself was released earlier. So we'll see. I don't know. It could have been Lollipop actually. I don't know. By Lil Wayne. But yeah, I listen to Lil Wayne. What else is there? I mean I used to read a lot. I play chess sometimes. I do graphic design. I really like money. But I mean, who doesn't? But I really like money. And
Yeah.
Simon knows. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to be rich here before 40. That's how it is. The grind never stops. Um, and what else do I do here? I own a bunch of clubs at my school. Like I'm very involved at school. Like I said, I have a bunch of clubs I'm president of, and I made my own club. And I also play tennis. I'm not too good at it, but I still like to do it, and I try hard, I try my best. And that's, oh yeah, and I volunteer over the summer. Um, like I'm trying to have the most volunteer hours I can. And that's about it for me. That's pretty short, quick introduction to get to know me a little bit better. Simon, how about you?
I'm gonna keep mine pretty short too. I was born in Florida, raised in Florida, live in Florida my whole life, except for about 6 months, I think, ish, where I lived in Missouri. Awful. If you live in Missouri, sorry, didn't mean to offend you, but your state is awful. Don't ever want to go back. Um, but Florida's my home, and I've always lived here. I have two families. I have one side where my mom lives, where I live in a different town than my dad, but they're relatively close, so it still works out, and I'm pretty happy about that. In my mom's family, I have a stepdad and a little brother, and in my dad's family, I have three little brothers and a stepmom. and I've a really good life or a really good family life. My family treats me pretty well, and my I think that my life has been pretty not very eventful because I was a really good kid. I wasn't a bad kid as a child, so I've always just been a nice kid and not tried to do anything too crazy. And if I'm talking about myself now, I've gotten into Magic the Gathering. That's how I had met Derek and know Derek and
We'll
everything
talk.
about
We'll talk about that
and
more later. Hmm.
yeah later. And I do magic tricks. I've become a beginner level magician, but trying to get better and grind my way to becoming a better magician and understanding people better. um, I do. Trying to get into. I started learning Spanish recently, very recently, and that's something I'm trying to do. I'm just started working out, trying to get myself in shape, um, and I'm trying to do a lot of different things with my life and trying to make myself a better person. I am in the gifted program, just same as Derek. I try my best in school. I'm not always a straight A student, but I am trying to become a better human in general and just make myself a as good as possible. And I think we can just move on to doing talking about how we met and what we did. Um, I think I'll start because I'm the one who has all the memories. Derek doesn't have any memories
Yeah,
of this because his
my,
memory is awful.
my memory is complete trash, guys. Like, I'll
But
put something down and I forget where I put it. Like, I am so forgetful.
just to show you how big of nerds we were, we both met by playing a frisbee dodgeball.
No,
A
hey,
game.
hey, I came up with it actually.
I know.
Called it.
You
I
came
called
up
it.
with it, and then I thought, oh, that looks super fun,
Called
so
it
I
Dodge
joined
Disc.
in.
Dodge
Yeah,
Disc.
Dodge Disc,
Oh yeah.
and that was awesome. And I think I missed that, even though it got banned at the school
It
that we
was
go to.
it was in middle school.
Yeah, it was
Seventh.
in middle school.
Well, I
I
was in
was in
seventh.
sixth, he was in seventh,
Hmm.
and we played it for an entire year, and then it got banned.
Like
But
the following year. Yeah.
and then we kind of had an interim place before he got into Magic, because Derek wasn't into Magic for probably about I don't know how long was it? Probably about 3 months after that. Then you started to get into it, and
It was because I had recently been broken up with my girlfriend my first serious girlfriend at the time. And well, serious in middle school terms, you know how that is. And I
yeah,
was like, you
so not
know,
serious at all.
yeah, I was all like hanging with the bros, screw females, like not literally, but screw females. I don't like them anymore. I don't need no woman. I got my guy friends right here. Bros before
Yep.
hoes. That weird phase that you go through, and like all my friends that I hung out with back then, they were playing Magic, so I
And I knew
saw
all
it.
those kids because I saw them playing Magic in band class when I.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, what are y'all doing? And they're like, oh, we're just playing Magic the Gathering. It's this card game, and I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. I want to get into it.
And then
So
I. And then he found out that I played Magic the Gathering since I was like 7, and we
yeah.
kind of bonded over this uh, game. And we've become better friends for it, and better friends because of it. And it kind of drove us to become the people that we are today as friends.
And that's actually how we decided to start this podcast, actually, because
Yeah.
Simon hit me up a few like last month, and he's like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" And I'm like, "You know what? Whatever, let's go." So we set it up, and we got everything planned, and yeah, so here we are today doing this podcast.
Yep. And I think that leads us up to where we are now, which is kind of a good transition into what we're going to do next. what
We're,
we set up before this thing, which I'll let Derek tell you about, is a quiz, and Derek's gonna read off some questions, and we're gonna try and give answers. But Derek's gonna go into more detail right about now.
yeah, what we had decided on. We're making this since this is our first podcast. We'll let you guys know and learn a little bit more about your host, about us. So we're gonna kind of do like a little Q&A for ourselves. We're basically gonna ask each other questions, and we're gonna try to answer them. We might try to guess what the other person's answers are, depending on how well we know each other. But like these questions, we didn't like we might not know about the other person. So yeah, and while you're listening, it's gonna help you guys because you guys are gonna find out more about us. So in later podcasts, you'll have a better understanding of what we say and how we act and why. So Simon, do you want to ask the first question, or how do you want to do that?
I'll ask the first question because it's one that I don't know. Hey, we'll just see. What is your favorite memory?
Oh my gosh, that's hard. Hey, wait. What is my favorite memory? I probably forgot it.
That's probably true, but
No,
what from the ones you remember?
well, I mean, one that immediately jumps to mind would be my first kiss, but like, I think
Yep.
it wasn't bad. I liked it.
I don't
But
think I don't think mine was very memorable. I know what it was and I remember it like, but it wasn't something that was super
no,
like there was no
yeah.
fireworks or anything. It wasn't crazy.
I
It
mean,
was
there
just
was fireworks going off in my head. I don't know about you.
it wasn't for me though. But that bit might be because I didn't I'm kind of grew apart from this girl and then she broke up with me and it wasn't
Yeah, say
great.
yeah, relatable. I mean, I guess another one. I mean, that's one that definitely brings me back nostalgia is when I'm teaching new people how to play Magic the Gathering, right? Because I love it so much. It's one of my favorite hobbies. And I'll teach people how to play it, and then I'm like, I went through the same thing when I was you, like a few years back. I get this wave of nostalgia just hitting me, and I'm like, oh gosh, where did that go? Like Magic to me now is still the same as it was when I first started, and it fills me with wonder. Like it's why I love it so much. And I mean, I guess another memory I would have probably would be I mean, first homecoming I went to, dance I had. I mean, I'm quite fond of that memory,
I've
even
only
though.
I've only been to one dance and I remember that.
Oh no, don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one. Yeah, so my first homecoming, and like, I mean, I asked someone to go and we danced. It was fun, and I'm quite fond of the memory, even though, the person that I was with, like, we aren't, like, I feel like we aren't as close anymore. You know, we're more casual now. Like, I mean, we weren't that close. We weren't.
I remember you telling me that story, right? Wasn't
Yeah.
that the one where you asked her out with a PowerPoint?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
yeah. But
That's a
yeah,
story for later.
yeah, we weren't always close in the beginning, anyways. Like at first, but I feel like we've drifted apart after that, or at least I have. Like I'm just kind of like yeah. But yeah, those would be my memories. Like I said, my memory is terrible, so I might be forgetting something. But yeah, Simon, what's your favorite memory?
Well, I mean, the one that I put in the chat is something, but no, if I had to go with one, I would have to say I would have to say it's so hard. I would have to say probably my first introduction to magic because it's just something that's been growing in my life, and I think it kind of just developed me as a person and made me the person that I am. So my first introduction to magic was from my stepmom, and I think it just changed me as a person.
All right. So are you gonna ask another question, or should I ask a
You
question?
can ask a question.
Right. I already kind of answered this earlier for me, but what's your favorite music?
What's my favorite? Well, favorite kind of music.
Well, yeah, like genre, artist, song, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be anything specific.
Well, if I had to go with my favorite genre of music, it would have to be I don't know. I guess I would have to say rap, but I also like alternative
Uh,
pop, which is my second favorite kind. With like Imagine Dragons is one of my favorite bands
oh,
ever.
yeah, yeah, I like Imagine Dragons. They're pretty good.
Imagine Dragons is my favorite band it's gonna be hard to beat them for me. And then my favorite song ever is "Renegade" by M.E.G. Banks, and that song is awesome.
All right.
That's a rap song though, so it's not.
What are you trying to say?
What am I trying to say?
Mhm.
That I like rap as well.
All right. All right. All right. Fire away, Simon. What else you got for me?
Well, what's your answer?
I answered it earlier. I said I listen to trap rap, like
Yeah. What's your favorite song? Like just any song that sticks out to you.
Well, it has to be the first ones I listened to when I first started to rap,
Okay.
like Lollipop, 6 foot, 7 foot, Look at Me Now, just stuff like that. Like some of the old. I
Okay.
mean, I like a lot of the new rap, just not. Well, I have like I like a lot, and at the same time I don't like a lot of it, just because it's not the type of rap I like listening to.
Okay.
But I mean,
I understand.
I like all rap, but some rap I prefer over others. Like I'm not saying I don't like rap, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. I
But
get it.
I don't really have a favorite song just because like a one favorite song just because one I'm a little bit how do I say like I can't pick indecisive sometimes,
Indecisive.
but also because
I
there's so many good songs like
I
it's so
I
hard to
can
pick
I
one.
can be indecisive, but I'm pretty decisive, I would say.
I mean I'm pretty decisive too, but when it comes to stuff like that I can't just pick one like if someone asked me what my favorite movie was I'd give you like a few I can't name one just because I might
I
like
can
one because of a
I
certain
can
reason.
because like when I say it, it's not gonna have any consequences. So I could just say, "Oh, this one that I like is my favorite." And then if someone else asks me the same question, I could just say a different one if my thought has changed. That's my thinking behind
Yeah.
it.
But like some of my favorite rap artists that I listen to, uh, like Wiz Khalifa, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, Migos. You know,
Yeah. Migos is
I don't listen to too
Migos
much.
are
I don't
definitely.
listen. Yeah, I don't listen to too much of the newer rappers. Like, I mean, I
I
actually
listen
started.
to a lot of SoundCloud rappers.
Oh yeah, like Ugly God. I used to like listen to Chief Keef a
I
lot.
mean, those are good, but I mean like hardcore. Like you have to go deep into
Do you
this stuff to
do
find
you
them.
listen?
Like
Do you listen to
home.
X?
Who made home? I'm trying to think who made Home Genesis. There's a song that I love, Home Genesis. It's awesome. D Bangs is awesome.
Do you
D
listen
Bang
to X?
X.
Yeah,
No,
X.
no, I don't.
Okay, well, yeah, those are mine. And actually, we moved into our next question that I kind of asked earlier. What is your favorite movie? Actually, I don't know this.
What is my favorite movie? Actually, it's Get Hard with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart.
Really?
You know that movie is awesome. I love that movie.
Um, Mine would. Well, like I said earlier, I'm a little indecisive. But my
Yeah.
favorite movies that
What are
I've
some of
watched.
yours?
I love the Karate Kid series, bro. Oh my gosh, like the original
All of
Karate
them?
Kid, not the new one with was it Jaden Smith? No,
I don't think
I
I've
mean
ever watched them.
the old ones.
Mm-mm.
No, I love the first three, and because it had Daniel in it, the boy, right? And then all of a sudden they made a fourth one, and it's like, who is this random girl? Where's Daniel? We want Daniel. So I don't know what happened in the fourth one. I haven't watched the fourth one yet, but I definitely love Karate Kid. I love the Matrix. Oh my gosh, like the
So you like
Matrix.
older movies?
No. I like newer movies. I'm saying like these are the movies I like the most. Like they're classics, dude.
I don't like I don't
Back
usually
to the
like
Future.
classics.
Back to
Usually
the
things
Future. Mm.
things that people say are classics, I usually don't like them because they're just so like overdone for me.
Um, Back to the Future. I really like that series. Those are
Okay,
just a few that pop into my mind. I mean, I love superhero movies. I mean, I don't know who doesn't. Like, I recently watched Wonder Woman, and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
okay.
Oh, I love Wonder Woman so much. That movie was so good.
I never saw it. I want to see it though. I still do.
Do it. It's definitely worth it.
I just need to find some time. All right. I got a question.
All right.
What is your favorite holiday?
Oh man. Well, first let me just say, my family's not religious. Like
Hmm.
my family's Buddhist. I'm not. Like, so we don't really celebrate any like holidays. You know, like we don't really celebrate stuff like.
Not religiously, but do you
Well,
celebrate
yeah.
holidays?
I mean,
Obviously.
I guess yeah we do. Just not like. religiously, and some holidays we don't even celebrate at all. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, Man, I would I would say Halloween, but at the same time, I'm really scared of Halloween because like
There's a lot
there's
of different things. They have
so many
spiders.
weird.
Spiders are my fear. I'm an arachnophobe, so
Well,
I cannot stand
well,
spiders.
what else is there? I man, does your birthday count as a holiday?
And my birthday does. Your birthday
Oh
doesn't.
yeah, because you were born on April Fool's Day. You joke.
Yep.
I was a joke. No, oh man, I can't answer that, dude. I mean, maybe New Year's. Well,
What about Christmas? You don't like Christmas?
we don't really celebrate it, you
But
know.
you get presents, right?
But that's not the Christmas spirit. But
What Christmas spirit do you want? I want
I don't know.
money. I want money on. I want
Alright,
money on.
alright. Fine. But no, I mean, since like we're Asian, I celebrate two different New Years: Chinese New Year and normal New Year. I mean, I really like New Year; it's fun. But man, I'm not a big like overhyped about holidays, dude. I'm not like,
That's weird.
oh man,
Wait,
4th of July is coming
so-
up.
So do most Asian countries celebrate Chinese New Year?
I mean, I actually don't know. I know that Vietnam does. I think they call it something different in each
Oh,
place.
okay, yeah.
I mean, we call it. My family's actually Chinese on my dad's side, so we celebrate
Yeah.
Chinese New Year. But I think a lot of people do. Yeah, a lot of Asian countries do. But
That's cool.
you had actually mentioned earlier that. Well, we're moving on. But you had mentioned earlier that you're afraid of spiders.
Yes, very
Really?
deathly afraid of spiders.
I
You
love
know, you
spiders.
actually know this because I know you don't remember this, but I remember telling you this because we were at Magic one time, and there was a card with a spider on it, and you're like, "Oh, I'd love to have this," and I'm like, "No, I'm deathly afraid of spiders."
Well, I used to, low key, but then I'm like, man, spiders are cool. Like they eat everything I don't like. Like these guys, I have respect for these spiders, dude.
I know they're cool, but it's like it's not fear in my mind. It's like this. It's more of a phobia for me, just
Yeah.
because I'm not scared of what spiders could do to me. I'm scared of the way they walk. It scares the crap out of me.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Their
that
freaking
sounds-
legs are the scariest thing ever, and then their face is also like terrifying because I don't want to be stabbed by something that looks blunt.
You got a blunt stab fear.
Yeah, like their freaking fangs look like they're covered in fur, and they look like they're blunt, and then they stab people with it, and it's like,
What about needles?
No.
Are you scared of needles? No.
no, actually, I'm not afraid of them. I don't like needles as much because I just
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like the pain. But I mean, I'm not scared of needles. Needles don't fear me, or don't make me scared. But they're also kind of sharp objects and thin. I don't like blunt objects stabbing you because it's like a weird fear for me.
Let's see. Well, for me, it would Well, I have a few. Like, I mean, I'm scared of like. Well, they're not like physical things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's some of those for me too.
I'm afraid of I'm not having success, like not being
Yeah,
successful in
yeah.
life.
That's something I'm also feared of.
I'm
You
I'm
know?
afraid of like not finding like love, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Those-
Definitely
are-
afraid of not having money, bro. I'm afraid of being broke. I'm scared. Like,
Actually, I'm not afraid of being broke because I've been broke. I am broke,
well, no, not,
and
but
my family is broke.
no, not
so,
not
like,
broke, to the point, like broke to the point where you're like begging for money and you can't even feed yourself, like that type of broke. No, I
There's-
can't. If I'm not
there's-
financially stable, I'm scared.
There's things you don't know. my family is not rich at all.
Well, yeah, I know your family, but at least you
Like-
guys can, support yourself. But
Yeah, but we're stretching it.
yeah, it's okay.
Yes.
Well,
There's quite a bit that we're stretching.
all right. Well, let's see. How about this question here? Are you called any nicknames?
Yes, you know this. I'm called Magic Mike at school
And why is that, Simon? You
because I'm a
stripper?
magician, not any stripping thing. There's some context to that.
I don't think you're called that because of your magic. Are you a stripper low key that you don't tell me about, Simon?
I mean, I wish, bro. That'd be some free money right there.
All
Did you know
right.
that male strippers are actually treated worse than female strippers?
I can see why. I mean, I feel like the stigma is worse for male strippers and female strippers.
Yeah, they're treated worse by their clients.
Yeah, I can see why. I can see why. I actually haven't been really called any nicknames. But I get called a lot of other names that aren't mine because I guess what is it like all Asians look alike, so you
That's not
know.
true. I just think
And
people are racist.
no, oh no, I think no. It's not that. I feel like it's a mix of that, but also because they don't know who I am, and I
Yeah.
do, and yeah, it's like oh, there's this other Asian kid I've been hearing about. Are you him? And I feel like that's an honest mistake that they make it. Like a lot of people actually make that honest mistake. I've been called so many names. Okay, I'm gonna list it off. I'm gonna list off. I've been called Alan, Ben, Jacob. What else is there? I was called something yesterday actually. I've been called Kevin. I've been called Jordan. Like just other Asian kids I know. I've been called everything. Andy. I've been called Andy. Um, man, I've been called so many things that, and I'm like, no, my name's Derek.
Hmm.
Like, are you guys good? Like, that's my name. Uh,
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
how can they wear it out if they never call me Derek? So,
Well, yeah,
uh,
that's how you say that. Just
yeah,
make
yeah,
sure.
I mean, I have my, I guess my gaming name. It's Dargo. That's my gaming name, and I use it
Yeah.
for a lot, like Twitter and stuff. And other than that, I haven't really called anything. I went
I
to
don't
this
really
weird.
have a gaming name. I have a gaming account. It's Simon is Satan, and
Oh, that's pleasant.
yeah, yeah, it's very pleasant. No, but that's a thing that I probably should get changed at some point.
All
But
right.
it was from a while ago. All right, I have a question. If you had to describe yourself in one word, what would it be? I think this will be the last question for the episode.
Well, no, we have a few more we can do since this is our first podcast. Well, describe me in one word. Oh man. Oh, that's actually that makes you think. This is tough. That makes you think. Uh, oh my gosh, this is hard. Um,
Do you want me to go first?
yeah, I think you should go first. I'm trying to think. This is hard.
What
I
am I gonna
can't.
go with? Snake.
What?
Snake.
Did you say snake?
Snake. Yeah.
Why?
Because people don't expect my true personality.
But doesn't snake usually have a negative like connotation?
Yeah.
All right, Simon Snake Miller. Like, all right. Well,
Because I come off as this naive little kid, and I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I
no,
mean,
I get that. I get that. Man, you beat me there, Snake. How am I supposed to top that? Uh,
hippopotamus.
oh,
Just use the
oh, I
long.
see. I see you. Oh, I
What?
see what you're trying to say.
What's
I see what
wrong?
you're trying to say.
Friendly, but
Hippopotamus, huh?
I'm not using it as physical experience because obviously I would be hippopotamus, but it would be you're friendly on the outside, but if someone comes too close and tries to do something, then you just snap back because that's what
What?
hippopotamuses do. They kill people.
Oh,
You didn't know
you,
this?
you calling me? Well, yes, I knew that. You're calling me a killer?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I have a killer personality.
You have a
Ha!
that was so bad. You have a like a tendency to just keep the ones that are close to you, and most of the other people away.
Well, that's just because I don't have time for people. I'm so
Yeah.
like here. I'm so ambitious
Ambitious,
that
that's your
you know.
word?
Oh, well, that'd be one of them. I think it's hard to define someone in one word. Like here, dictionary. There we go. I won. Uh, but I mean, ambition.
A dictionary is a book full of words, so that just means you're full of words.
Yep, I'm full of multiple words. Yeah, but I think ambitious would be one of the terms that would best like one of the adjectives that would best describe me.
Okay, that's acceptable.
All right. Fine. I got one. I got one. Horoscopes. I think we
Horoscope.
actually, I think we
We have the
actually
same
have
hair.
this.
We have the same
I,
horoscope.
yeah, we have the same horoscope. Do you think that our horoscope fits you? I mean,
No.
well,
Nope.
horoscopes are generally so broad, and they're
Yeah,
like
they're all
they're
broad.
they're things, they're
That's
things
what.
like they're like if you have hair, you're this. Yeah, I know.
So sometimes,
Yeah, you're this.
no, this is. I could write a horoscope right now. Sometimes you'll succeed, but sometimes you won't.
I mean, I think horoscopes are interesting, and I go by them for fun sometimes, but I don't really like believe in horoscopes to be honest with you.
You'll
Uh,
do something today, and you won't do it right.
Dang, that's me every day, dude.
That's me when I was born. Um, that's
Whoopsie.
that's me doing anything. All right, you got any
But
more?
well, wait. Well, I agree with my horoscope a lot. Like I feel like it really defines me as a person. But like just in horoscope
Just
in
stop.
horoscope terms.
Just,
No, stop.
I'm gonna have to kick you off this podcast, man.
No. In horoscope terms, I like what I see. I think it describes me. But anyways,
Oh my God.
I have one right here. What do you like? Yeah, that's right. One of
What
the
do I
broadest
like?
questions.
Girls.
One of the broadest questions. Wow.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
that's the truth,
I
man.
never,
It's,
I never knew that, Simon. Thanks for clarifying.
well, I mean, I could have liked men, and you just didn't know it.
Uh huh. Yeah. Magic Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
Um.
you never know.
Well, no, I meant like,
don't assume.
what are you interested in? I mean.
I mean, Magic the Gathering, board games, doing magic, the things that we
Man.
already said.
Yeah. Fine. Here, let's. What do you not like? How about that? That's a good one.
Ignorance, racism, just people not trying to improve themselves, people staying
Oh
in a
yeah.
rut,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
people who don't want to move from their own spot.
Pet, pet peeves like.
Those
Pet
aren't pet
peeves.
peeves, those are things I truly hate.
Yeah. Pet peeves. One of the things I really don't like is when people assume things about me. They're like, "Oh, you look really nerdy, I guess, and you're like Asian, so like you probably watch anime and stuff. You're probably
Which
like,
is the truth.
what? I don't watch anime. Like
No, I'm just messing with you. I know you don't. Never do I.
I have
I
a
used
weird
to.
love-hate. I have a weird love-hate relationship with anime. And, like, I feel like I have this weird hate for it because I feel
You
like
love
people
it
hype.
and it hates you.
No, I have this weird hate for anime because I feel like people hype it up, and I think it's kind of dumb sometimes. But at the same time, I like it. I like watching it. Certain ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's certain things. It's just a show, so I mean, it's not like you like all anime or you don't like all anime. You like certain things and you don't like certain things.
Yeah, but people are like, oh, he's probably really weird and like antisocial, and I'm like, boy, do you not? Well, first off, you don't know me, so you can't be saying stuff like that. Second, I'm a pretty cool guy. Like I don't think people when
And
people
that's
when
what
people
makes you not cool.
hey stop, that's not nice. But people
No,
when people
yeah, you're
usually
pretty
meet
cool.
me. Yeah, when people usually meet me, they're like, "Yeah, you're actually pretty cool." You're a lot of people have said this to me. They're like, "Oh, you're cooler than I originally thought you were. Like you're more interesting." And I'm like, "Wow, thank you. That really it means a lot to me." No half sarcasm, half serious. Like I'm like, "Yeah, you can."
Yeah,
I knew you were
I
assuming
feel
stuff
like
about me.
I feel like the
but-
same thing happens for me because everyone assumes that I'm a naive, nerdy kid just because of how I look and how I act around certain people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not. It's not like all of that's a lie because I'm pretty nerdy and somewhat naive because there's always things to learn and always things to experience and
Mhm.
change yourself. And I haven't experienced adult life yet, so there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that I don't understand. But there's also a certain sense of maturity that both of us have because we both care less about what people think now than we did before. And I think that kind of can change what we are instead of because before I used to care a lot of what people I used to care a lot about what people thought and I used to think that it would affect my life, but it really doesn't and I think that's just
I get that.
with growing up.
I get that. And you actually said earlier, you said you hate how people don't try to improve themselves, right? And
Yeah.
I relate to that on like on some level. I feel like if you're happy where you are, then you're fine. But people who like no, people who always complain and they
Yeah.
whine and they're like life
And
sucks,
they
and I'm
find
like
somehow they find pleasure in that instead of trying to change themselves. And
yeah, and I'm like, you can always change life. It's just you have to work hard, you know. Like, I mean, for
yeah,
me personally, right now, my family and I have different mindsets. Um, about like, yeah, I feel like I'm moving at a different pace than my family, so that's why like my family always gets annoyed at me for always being busy, and I'm like, I'm volunteering. I have summer classes, and they're like, why don't you ever spend time with family? Like, you never go, you never stay over at like grandma's house or anything, and I'm like. I'm just trying to, trying to make a name for myself. I'm ambitious, trying to get successful, and they're like, they just kind of want to stay in the same place they were at, because they're fine where they are, and I'm like, I'm not. I have big dreams. I'm trying to chase those big dreams.
my family's super supportive, so I don't really relate to that because my family has always supported anything that I wanted to do. So
It's just a cultural difference, I think, for mine too. Like my parents have like a Vietnamese culture mindset, while I'm more like, well, I've been living in America for my whole life basically, so I think like an American, and sometimes they're like, oh, that's kind of selfish, or like not how you should be, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, that's just kind of how I think. Like I'm just
yeah,
trying to be the best I can, but um, yeah. Oh, I talked about this. I talked to this. I talked about this to you earlier. It's like
having difficulties there.
no, it's when you meet someone and they're like, "So, are you Chinese or Asian?" Boy, are you kidding?
Yeah,
Do you have what is this? You know that Asia is like a continent, right? Like
yeah.
China's. I mean, sure, the majority of
That
people. Well, actually,
my
I can't. Is it the majority? Yeah, the majority of people who live in
yes,
Asia,
it's
yes, are
3 billion.
Chinese.
I
Yeah,
think.
but I mean, yes, I'm technically both. Well, I'm actually Chinese too because of my dad's side. So yeah, I
Yeah,
can
but
say yeah,
that kind of fits in with ignorance because I
yeah,
cannot stand ignorance. I
yeah,
try to make myself as little as not ignorant as possible, while
yeah,
also still kind of providing a devil's advocate
yeah.
for people
Like
to bounce ideas off of because
yeah,
there's some
I get you.
ideas like I understand feminist beliefs, but there's also some that are taken too far, and most of society kind of believes that as fact when not all of it's true.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah, but yeah, ignorance, like not being a bigot. Like personally, for me, I'm like, you can think whatever you want. I don't care what you think. But as soon as you do something about it, that's when I start caring. Like you can be as racist, as bigoted, as whatever you want in your head. I don't care. Your thoughts are your thoughts. You're entitled to it. But as soon as someone starts doing something racist or they're doing something about it, I'm like, no, just stop. Just stop, please. Don't do that. You're like,
Yeah,
it's not good.
it's not
But
good at
yeah, that's
all.
just a few things. But so this next question here, I feel like everyone gets asked this question at least once in their whole life. What do you want to be when you're older? Simple question, interesting
We
response.
both want to be similar things, though. So I want to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, entrepreneurship. I said earlier I wanted to be a a millionaire before 40,
Yeah,
and I'm being serious. Like I'm trying to like
yeah.
well
And
as
what
of
job did you want to use to do that?
well I wanted to be corporate CEO, but I feel like most of well I that's how I'd get funds and influence and power and success. But the actual monetary part would probably from me doing stuff like investing and finance.
Hmm.
You gotta be smart with your money in order to have money. That's how it works. You can't be dumb. So like investing on the side, like stuff like that. Just being smart with your money. That's it.
Yeah.
So as of right now, though, like short-term goal, I want to try to get into the United States Air Force Academy because I want to go into the military first. I feel there's a lot of benefits for doing so, and my uncle actually encourages me to do it because he's like, you're bright, and I mean, You're not like the most fit person, but you can always work on that. And I'm pretty sure they'd be glad to have you. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like they'd be glad to have me too. I can do a lot for our country, and I'd help out. And I'd be, I love both where I'm from and where I'm at. I love Vietnam, but I also love America because America has been my home. Like it's heritage and just current. I like both. So
I don't have goals like being a military person, but I definitely want to make this podcast good. I want to do as much with this as I can. I want to do YouTube, and that's my
definitely.
That's my other current goal for myself, and I want to make that. And I just want to kind of become not become a better thing, but become a better, just kid,
person, I guess.
As I can.
There's always room for improvement, I like to say.
Just try and be more ambitious and do more things.
Just try your best every day. That's basically sums it up for both of us.
Yeah, and then my other thing that I want to do, make better is just make myself a better, kinder person. Do more for my community. And that's another thing I want to do.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But yeah, Simon and I basically we're just trying to be our best every day. And like you said earlier, he wants to be a YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber too. And to be honest, I think we might actually do something together as a YouTuber. Like we could. I'm hoping that this podcast maybe becomes like a YouTube channel, something maybe similar to like Good Mythical Morning. That's what pops up in my mind first. Something like that. Just something fun. Just creating stuff. Like, if you go through life and you don't create anything and people don't remember you, like, I feel like you haven't really lived. Like, you haven't done anything with your life. And that's what I think we're both trying to do. That sums it up. We're trying to do something with our lives. So, do you have any other questions, Simon? I know you had a few other ones.
I had a couple others, but I think we talked about them. But I think I have another one.
All right.
If you had to pick an animal to embody yourself,
spirit animals. Spirit animals.
Spirit animals.
So you don't like talking about horoscopes, but...
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, what could you relate yourself to? Horoscopes is mumbo jumbo.
Alright. Hey, I actually took this, spirit animal quiz. I feel ashamed a little bit to talk about it, but I actually think what I got was pretty accurate. I got a hummingbird as my spirit animal, and the reasoning behind that is because hummingbirds are kind of small, and I'm pretty small. I'm a pretty short person. I'm not buff yet, hopefully. I'm short. I'm only 5'3".
We need to work out sometime.
Yeah, like I'm not much of a looker. Like people, I'm not anything too interesting to look at. But hummingbirds are very active, and they do a lot of things, and that's how I am. I'm kind of small, but I do a lot. And I looked up hummingbirds, and there was this other part. It was like they're very territorial over mates, and they'll fight other hummingbirds to death. And I'm like, hey, that sounds pretty good, yeah. I mean, as a joke, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, I'm basically, how do I say this? I'm a great thing in a small package.
Yeah, I mean, you're a small little guy. You're a small, bigoted little person.
Hey. But
no,
but I'm always active, always hyper, always like doing stuff, always busy. The grind never stops, Simon. The grind never stops.
Yeah, the grind never stops, man. But I don't know. If I had to pick a spirit animal, I would have to be a black widow. I'm deathly afraid of spiders, but so are other spiders. Spiders are afraid.
So you're afraid of yourself?
Yeah, basically. Like I'm afraid of what I like some of the things that I've done, because like, some of the things that I think I want to change myself, and I'm afraid that I could do wrong, and I don't want to do that. And black widows are afraid of the other black widows and people, and they fight to the death in the beginning, and then they kind of respect women and put women on a pedestal.
Women respecters. I am a woman respecter. Respect women every day.
But yeah, they're women respecters, and they put women on a pedestal, give them all the power, and then when they mate, they let women kill them. And
So you're wait. So you're saying that?
so
what
that's
do you?
not when it's gonna happen for me, obviously, but it kind of just gives an example of how they put women on a pedestal instead of
Yeah.
letting the man dominate the society. And
Sounds like getting married. Like, hey, Simon's gonna get married, and then he's gonna have his wife eat him
yeah,
after they have
it's gonna
kids.
be a real big ball of cannibalism. But
Oh
no,
my god. Oh no.
and
I'm out.
but it's just kind of it kind of embodies my what I'm trying to do, and which is overcome my fears of myself and make myself a better person
I get it.
while
That's pretty deep.
still respecting women.
That's pretty deep. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else to say to our listeners?
No, I think we can wrap it up.